Hello everyone and welcome to the Jaguar startup screen. This is the Atari Jaguar version of Wolfenstein 3D, and I'd elected to play Wolfenstein 3D because today is the 25th anniversary of Wolfenstein 3D. This game has been awesome and kicking Nazi ass for 25 years at this point. B.J. Blazkowicz deserves his place in video game history as one of its best and most awesome heroes. He actually did get a lot of attention and personality in the newest one, Wolfenstein: The New Order, which if you haven't played that one, I would highly recommend it. Anyway, this is the Atari Jaguar version, which I elected to play because I was having trouble. The PC version was giving me trouble. Anyway, Blazkowicz, you've served the Allies well. You're our top operative, a one-man army. However, infiltrating Nazi Germany will not be easy. Der Fuhrer's SS fanatics are determined to rule the world. Your first task, eliminate Hans Gross, Hitler's most ruthless commando. He and his team are based in a castle outside of Dresden. You will have to wade through his stormtroopers to reach him. Good luck. Yeah, you get a title screen with a little bit of backstory in this version of it. And as you can see, it's updated the sound and made it clearer than it originally was. The speech is clearer to understand. It also updated the graphics with new sprites, stuff that look better than the original. I'm not entirely convinced that this isn't the handgun from Doom. But I decided to play this one because this one is just the easiest for me to set up and record right now. Recording from a PC game this old can kind of be a pain in the neck. I believe there is a source port for this game that I could probably use though, but I decided to go with this. Also, I don't think there's all that much footage of the Atari Jaguar version of this game out there, and this is actually a very, very good port of the game. If you have not played it before, this is an excellent port with a high quality sound and reworked audio and sprites, and unlike the Super Nintendo port that came before it, it still has all the Nazi imagery, as you can see here. The level design and layout and HUD are all a bit different, but than the original version as well. But this is a timeless classic first-person shooter. I absolutely love this game. If I'm being honest, aspects of it, the level design is simple. It's easy to get lost in the maze-like levels. That aspect of it hasn't aged particularly well, but overall this is still a fun game. The basics of what would become every first-person shooter since then are all laid out here. Even more so in Doom, because Doom had a bigger roster of guns. But you got your enemies to shoot. They notice you. They start moving towards you. You've got a basic pistol. You got a knife for melee, which I didn't use in this gameplay clip. And you've got a machine gun, and then you've got the chain gun, essentially, from Doom, which actually was in the original game, and I think that was all of the guns that were in the original game. But this does have an expanded roster of guns. I don't remember everything you get off the top of my head, but I know one of them is a flamethrower. You do get a flamethrower in this version of the game, which is pretty cool. But it looks good, man, and it plays smoothly on this console. Go back and compare this to the Super Nintendo version. You'll see just how much more advanced this version of it was than that version. This was probably the best console port for a little while. Obviously, the original PC version has been ported to consoles now, and this does have some advantages over that in that the sprite work looks better. They redid the sprite work and redid the sound, which you could argue isn't a good thing because the SS officers, when you shot them in the original, they would shout "Mein Leben" when they died, which I believe, and don't quote me on this, I believe that translates to "my love." But that is such a classic phrase for first-person shooters. Yeah, this is how your secrets go. There are push walls. You would go up against the wall and hit the space bar, or in this case, one of the 3 buttons, and it would start moving back from you. And it works the same way with doors, but when you see me running up against the side of the wall and just running back and forth along the side of the wall, I'm looking for secrets. Because I don't have this version, I don't even have the PC version wholly memorized. I've beaten it a couple times in the past, but I don't have it memorized. I usually play it for a little while and kind of get bored because of the maze-like, very same-ish level design that this game has. But I do still enjoy going back and kicking some Nazi ass in this game from time to time. BJ Blazkowicz is exactly what Antifa thinks they are. No, they're a bunch of pussies who aren't actually fighting Nazis. But I've uploaded some gameplay of Alien vs. Predator for the Atari Jaguar and Tempest 2000 also for the Atari Jaguar. Just raw gameplay that I recorded. And that was because I got myself what I thought was going to be composite cables for the Atari Jaguar, but it wound up not being composite cables. It wound up being a little circuit board that I plug into the AV slot on the back of the... Oh, there's a glitch there where the enemy disappeared from sight. Did you see that when he died? But you plug it into the back where the AV cable is, and it lets you plug where the AV slot is, rather, and it lets you plug AV cables into it. I can use that to plug my Jaguar into my mini AV to HDMI upscaler, and I can use that to plug into my HDMI capture box, which lets me record Atari Jaguar, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, all old consoles like that in high definition if I want to. And that's what I did here. That's why it's such high resolution without quality loss of going from a 640 by 480 to 1920 by 1080. But yeah, this is a timeless classic first-person shooter. It's considered the granddaddy of the entire genre, and kind of deservedly so. There were first-person style games before this. There was like I think it was called Tank Combat or something, that was a wireframed vector graphics type of thing, played from the first person. And then id Software had a couple of games called Catacombs 3D that were even more simple than this. You were basically a wizard running around in catacombs killing monsters with fireballs, and I have not played them. I'm not even 100% sure that there are multiple weapons that you can use in that game. I'm not 100% sure that there are. I would like to play that sometime, but when they put this together and had Apogee release a shareware version that you could buy in stores in a box, it sold extremely well. And with this and Doom, they turned video programming into everybody owning Ferraris. This came out on May 5th, 1992 is when it first came out. This version of it, I'm not 100% sure when it came out. Probably sometime in 94 during the Jaguars run. But I really like this version. And the Jaguars also got a good version of Doom. It's got Tempest 2000, which is very good. got the first version of the original Rayman, and it's got Alien vs. Predator as well. So it has good games. Its reputation is just an awful console. Isn't entirely deserved, in my opinion. But yeah, the very first time that I played this, I had previously gotten a shareware version, or I think my dad got a shareware version of Doom on 3 1/4 floppy disks. And we had played that and enjoyed the hell out of that. And I was looking for more games similar to that because I was still, I mean, everybody at that time was new to the first-person shooter genre. I just knew I liked it and wanted another one similar to it. And Wolfenstein was one of the games that I found. And so I didn't play this when it was new. I played this in probably 94 or 95. Got the Apogee boxed release that they did with the 3.5, with the 3.5 discs, or the 1.44 meg. And if I remember right, the shareware version came on one disc. And the way that it worked is you would get one episode of the game in shareware, which is the first episode where it ends with BJ escaping the castle and doing the yeah thing as he runs out of the castle after you kill Hans Gross. And then you would pay them for more, and the extra levels were not just completely more of this. There was more textures, there were more enemy designs. Some of the levels actually had Nazi zombies long before Call of Duty did it. So that's pretty cool. I mean, this was like the original Nazi zombie game from way back in the day. And then they did an expansion or sequel, I think, called Spear of Destiny as well. And I don't know that I've ever actually played Spear of Destiny. Just the original. And all I had was the first 9 levels, and I played those repeatedly when I was a kid. I eventually got the full version on CD years later that was just a loot. Back when they had actual PC stores with aisles of video games you could pick up, they would have these loose CD cases that were just shrink wrapped with a manual and just the CD, and that's the version that I got. That's the version that I have for PCs, and it can be kind of a pain in the butt to get it to run on modern PCs. But I think there is a Wolf source port, so might be worth looking into if you want to play this. And I would recommend it. This game is a lot of fun. If you have an Atari Jaguar, this is one of the games that you absolutely must own for this system as well. Definitely a very, very good version. I mean, it looks good. It sounds good. I love the updated sprites. It's not 100% familiar level design. Unlike the SNES version, it does include all of the Nazi imagery. Some of the level design, as you can see, is quite different from the PC originals, so it's almost like a fresh Wolfenstein experience if you're experiencing this version for the first time. But if you collect for the Jaguar, definitely pick this one up, especially if you're a fan of first-person shooters. That was pretty much the first console to do first-person shooters well, between this, Alien vs. Predator, and its port of Doom, which is also very, very good. This is such a great game. Happy birthday, Wolfenstein 3D. And thank you for 25 years of awesome Nazi-killing gameplay. I absolutely adore this game. Even though I can admit that aspects of it have not aged particularly well, I still absolutely love it, and I'm very, very nostalgic about Wolfenstein 3D. And I'm sure many of you are as well, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys... we're coming up on the end of it here. I'm actually post-commentating this, by the way. I recorded the video separately, and now I'm doing a commentary, which it turned out to be a good thing, because eventually my sound cut out about 16 minutes in, which we're coming up on really fast here. And my sound cut out, so I just decided to call it there. I originally planned on having this video be 25 to 30 minutes long, but hey, 15 to 16 is just fine by me. So it's plenty to show off this classic version, this underrated version of a classic game that is celebrating its 25th anniversary. Mike Vite actually did a live stream of this game today, so that's cool. I can actually live stream from my Atari Jaguar now that I've got composite output for it. So if you guys want to see me do that at some point in the future, drop a comment in the comment section below, and I will check it out. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would be greatly appreciated, and I promise there will be more videos coming in the future. I'm planning a Let's Play of the first Metal Slug, at least one video review, and a few other things. So there will be more surprises coming to this channel in the near future. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe down below. It would be greatly appreciated. We will talk to you guys next time. Thanks, everybody, and goodbye. Oh, by the way, you can use the map there. So this does have a map where the original didn't. And there you can see the sound starting to cut out. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Talk to you guys later. Bye.